What's up, Spitwads? Lounge season is officially upon us. In fact, it's actually getting kind of cold out here in Arizona. I got to slip into those pajama pants. And look, the company that makes the most comfortable underwear in the world, we're talking about MeUndies, they also make the most cozy loungewear that is perfect for the holiday season. I picked up a pair of regular pajama pants, and then I picked up a pair of festive holiday pajama pants because it is that time of year. They've got style for everyone. They're versatile. They have a cut for every butt. All right? Listen, a cut for every butt with 10 different styles that come in over 100 different colors and prints, ranging from black to all over dinosaurs. So we've got everything. MeUndies has everything. And look, if you're not happy with your first pair of undies, it's on them. It's on MeUndies. Kick off lounge season with MeUndies and get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/ballers. Enter the promo code BALLERS. That's MeUndies.com/ballers, code BALLERS for 20% off plus free shipping. MeUndies, comfort from the outside in.
What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
A boom blam bing bing dong dong a chicka pick pow. Shoulda let me mime it, Andy. You shoulda let me mime it.
I was more concerned about the level of gyration on your side of the desk.
I thought if I move my body,
Something better would...
the soul would follow. Because you need soul to scat.
There was no soul.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was
There was no heart.
it was a heartless, soulless
Yeah.
amalgamation of sounds.
I mean,
No rhythm?
the most
Too much swivel?
most mailed in scat
Yeah.
of all
Not
time.
enough swivel. I think I need more.
I don't know. If you equate movement to soul, I'd get rid of the movement.
All right.
You never know. Welcome into the Spitballers. Andy, Mike, and Jason back with you. Would you rather? What's the difference? And we are drafting the best Tom Hanks characters on today's episode of the show. So
There's a lot of them.
you have that to look forward to at the end of the episode when we jump into our draft. You can follow the show on X at SpitballersPod. You can subscribe and review the show over on Apple Podcasts or Spotify if you'd be so kind. And the number one thing you can do is tell your family and friends if you'd like them to enjoy their Mondays and Thursdays.
And whatever day
and
we
every
decide
other
to
day.
post.
And every other day. Because
There's hundreds of episodes.
307 episodes and counting. So let's continue episode 307.
Would you rather?
So the would you rather question number one is, which time travel power would you rather have? 30 seconds into the past, and you can use it every 10 minutes. So a 10-minute cooldown.
10-minute cooldown.
Very handy.
1 day in the past with a 15-day cooldown.
Okay.
So twice a month, you can go back 1 day.
It's pretty neat.
Or 10 years into the past with a 30-year cooldown.
Oh, man. This is actually a pretty
Now,
interesting.
do you stay there then?
Yeah, you live from there. So you go back 10 years.
Hold on a minute.
So you can't. It's not like an infinite time hack.
Right.
So when I'm 30, I can go back to 20.
So
Then when I'm 50, I can go back to 40. When I'm 70, I can go back to 60.
yeah.
When I'm 90, if I'm lucky enough, I can go back to 80. That one's lame.
Yeah. And the problem here is you don't go back in age. You know what I mean? Like I'm 40. I don't go back and become 30. I go back 10 years, but I would still be 40, right? Or wrong? I'm just saying, like,
if that's right, then that's dumb.
my point is, Back to the Future. He goes back to the past. He's not a baby.
Yeah.
He's himself. I'm going back to
but
in
he
that
has.
scenario, you'd run into your former self, too.
Yeah, you got a paradox problem.
Yeah, you got to kill your
also-
former self.
You also have a problem of what?
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Just to be clear, Jason's going to, as a 40-year-old man, he's going to go back in time to be 30.
Uh-huh.
He's going to kill the 30-year-old version of himself
You gotta
and
take
have
him
a
out.
horrible surprise for his wife being 10 years older.
Oh, shoot.
When he walks in and
That's
it's
what I'm
like,
saying. Like the benefits.
she's going to see through this.
Like if you go back, the thing about the time machine is you get to go back and visit, and then you can return to where you're supposed to
Yeah,
be.
okay.
If all you're doing is just resetting, but you're still old, like that is not.
All right.
That's
so
not
there's-
helpful.
So there's two advantages here. One, you get to become younger,
Yeah.
and two, you don't have to kill yourself.
and
Your former self.
Well, it's not yourself. It's another version of you.
That's yourself. Is another
What do you
version
call
of you
that?
someone else?
Hold on. Yeah.
it's an alternate self. Different memories,
No, but
different
that's-
experiences.
No, you have the same memories and same experience.
No,
just
you have 10 years
No.
more.
Well, you have extra.
Yeah.
Listen,
You have 100% of what he has.
the 10 years into the past, if you go back and you save the time, if you live to 90, it seems like you'll save about 40 years of your life.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
That's quite a bit.
And at this point in our technological advancements, 40 extra years might be 100 extra years. You know what I'm saying? Because by the time I've gained an extra 40 years, I mean, the medical advances are going to be astronomical. Not to mention the amount of wealth I have accumulated by constantly going back 10 years in time. And I'm not even talking like I'm just talking investing. I'm not like betting on a sports game. I'm just going like, oh, this company's going to do pretty good.
What
Just-
medical advancements?
I'm saying if you gain 40 years
But
by
you
the time
don't-
you're 90,
But progression of technology
yeah,
doesn't
the
change.
time has not advanced 40. You're getting you're getting a bonus 40 years of life.
Honestly, you'll just be mad because you've been 10 years in the past technologically
oh,
from
yeah.
where they've advanced. This is
Yeah,
a
you
tough
need
one
to-
for Jay to
you
get through.
need to spend a lot more time thinking about time travel and how it actually
Well,
works.
that's what we're doing right now. We're investigating the importances of relativity.
Now,
Yes, as they
the importance is.
Yes.
All right, so that one that's a big jump, but I want for one time, 307 episodes in, one time, I want you to take
can't use
away
financial
the
gain.
financial gain from the equation.
I
to
agree.
Just tell me why you do it otherwise.
First of all, the plural noun is importances. That's the full word. So eat it.
okay.
I just Googled that. But yes, all right, let's take the financial gain out. Okay, we'll take the financial gain out. But you're telling me that if I go back in time, I'm like, does that mean I'm not allowed to use the stock
No,
market,
you
or I have to
are.
like blindly?
You can't. That is built in.
Okay, I don't have the knowledge of.
We understand, but here's the thing: if you go back in 10 years, or you go back 10 years, and you use all of your knowledge, you have now butterfly affected yourself into you're on a different timeline
Yeah,
now.
I'm on a much better path, Mike.
This show doesn't exist.
I'm much better path. I mean, we're talking significant
All because that
improvement.
scat you just did
Yeah.
wouldn't exist either.
Right. Much better path. All right. Okay.
Tease
so
the other ones out for a second,
financial
too.
gain off. The other ones, obviously, the fact that you can go back every 10 minutes to go back, what is it, 1 minute?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Oh, 30 seconds. Jeez. That's not a lot. I feel like that's
You
like
could
an
have-
accident. That's like oops, that wasn't a fart. Wait a minute.
How fast?
Perfect.
How fast can you eat an entire cake?
Well, you can
Under-
still enjoy.
No, because you go back 30 seconds in the
Yeah.
past, and you didn't have to. The calories are gone.
Oh, you don't. I'm sitting here thinking I get to
You
eat
can
it
eat
again.
30 seconds.
I was like, I mean, both are true.
You can eat it again in 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, you can eat it again. You got to have a 30-second clock because you're only going back 30 seconds. So 30 seconds, eat as much as you can, go back in time, no calories.
I don't think 30 seconds is really going to fill the bill.
But my thought for the 30
Oh, you'll
seconds
fill that bill.
was, avoiding an accident of assuming you're not just instantaneously gone. Like, that's good. But my other thought was, how many conversations, I'm not even asking, you're in them. You're in conversations all the time, and there's that thing you're like, I want to say this right now
Oh,
to this,
that's good,
to this
man.
person's face. I want to say it. But
That's
you know
good.
for just humanity, kindness, the relationship, you're like, I can't say this because this will fracture.
The freedom.
If just be like, no, I'm going to say
The
this to you.
freedom. That's going to get you in big trouble.
Dude,
I
you
tell
could-
you what you're going to do.
Yeah.
9 minutes later, you're going to do it again. And you're going to go, no crap. Oh crap! I can't go back anymore. I gotta wait. I didn't wait my full 10 minutes.
If you're in a nasty job that you have to keep,
Yeah.
you can quit.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can
yeah.
quit
Multiple
and
times a
30
day.
Yeah, multiple times a day.
Go let your boss know.
I've always had a problem with this time travel.
Yeah, I'm gonna pee on the floor right now. What are you gonna do? Boink.
Just time it up right, man. Don't
Right, that's what I'm saying.
if
It's
you
a
pee
dangerous game you're
if
playing.
you pee for 35 seconds and you go back to the beginning of your pee,
Yeah,
Well, then it's only a 5-second pee.
that's still enough. I
You're
promise.
still-
Legally speaking, it's enough.
I've always had the hardest problem with these time travel questions when it comes to the 30 seconds in the past. I always want to say, oh, the accident that I can undo, except for, like, I cannot think of any time. I can't think of any time in my life, and maybe I'm not thinking hard enough yet, where if I just had a button, right, like I'm just, I've got a little buzzer where I wish I could have hit that.
A car crash. 30 seconds is plenty of time to fix a car crash.
If you're surviving.
Yeah, that's what I say. If you're not instantly gone, if you're just you're like, oh, it's spinning and falling
Yeah.
off a cliff or something.
Oh, then you hit it.
Yeah, 30 seconds is plenty of time to correct that.
Yeah, that will get you out of it. But what about the one day in the past? Twice a month, do you just relive an awesome day? You're like, man, that was awesome. My team won the game.
I've always thought reliving one, if you have the memories, is not great. It's boring. It's only great because it's the first time you experience it. Isn't that
a little bit?
like, for example, maybe it's a terrible example, first time you see the Grand Canyon. It's a beautiful day. You see everything. You can go back the next day.
Overrated,
A regular person could do that. They could go back the next day. They don't.
Yeah, no, that's not where I
So
would
when you
do it.
relive it, do you get to, is it fresh?
You have chances to do full do-overs. A first date that goes wrong, a job interview that you
Right.
didn't get. You can wait a couple weeks, practice. You know the questions. You can go back, redo it. As opposed to
You're on a game show.
Oh,
Not financial gain. Just you want to be really good
what?
at the game.
I say enough dumb stuff. I'm taking the 30 seconds. I think the
I'm
30
going 30
seconds is
seconds.
perfect for, because sometimes you say the thing to the person that you don't want to say, and sometimes it's helpful. But you just don't say it because you don't want to take the chance.
Right.
I'm one of these days I'm going to say that thing to Al Borland I've been wanting to say, and it might go well. He might
No,
change that
you're not-
horrible part of his life. But
not-
until then,
No way do you know fully how it went in 30 seconds because you can only go back 30 seconds. So if you don't
you
make
got
that,
an indication.
you've got an indication. You're sure
Some
you're
of the
right.
things I'm going to say, I'm going to know pretty quick.
and you're gonna think, oh, this went well, but then a minute later you're gonna be like, I shouldn't have said that.
It's all right.
I'm definitely going 10 years. I mean,
Every time Al
Really?
tries to explain
I'm
rules on
adding
the game,
40 years to my life.
But it's not adding because it's redoing.
Yeah, but I think redoing can be improved as well. Like lessons
Yeah,
learned,
yeah.
more knowledge, more wisdom.
I could use 10 extra years to fix my parenting mistakes.
Yeah, I think I could become a better person, a better father.
Sure, but in those
Better investor.
Well, I'm not allowed.
I know.
but also, I mean, you weigh the complete other side. In those 10 years, there are tragedies that have happened. That
Yeah, but I'll be prepped. I already
Oh
know.
my God.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, I'll be totally fine. Be like, I went through this.
Your wife goes and sees that in the closet you've already like got flowers set aside and you've got some things.
Yeah, but you
You've
know
got
what?
su-
You know
why
what?
is that suit
No.
pressed?
Look, some of these things, though, going back that far in the past, we're talking early detection. We're talking changes to tragedies. You know what I mean? Some, not all.
Dietary, yeah.
Not all. Well, sure. I'm talking like,
Yeah.
someone gets cancer, and it's like you found it too late.
What
you
would
go
you,
back
just
10
out of
years,
curiosity,
sure.
hold on. If somebody was diagnosed with cancer that you know today,
Mhm.
and you could go back 10 years, what are you doing to help?
I'm making sure they just get it checked out early.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
okay.
Like early
it's a pretty
detection.
good. It's a pretty good answer.
Yeah, it's not like stop eating Skittles. Okay, you got to cut that out. You're going to get cancer. No, this is just science. And
You're not
medicine.
allowed to tell the people what's going to happen. You just have to hint and like try to help.
Yeah. Oh, I got
like-
this colon box for you. I got an extra one. I ordered two. Why don't you just try it
Do
out?
you remember that show, the TV show Early Edition? He got
Oh, the newspaper
tomorrow's
show?
newspaper today.
And there
and
was
he always
always a tragic,
Yeah.
monstrous event that hit
Some big
the
shooting.
world every single day. All right, so I'm taking 10 years in the past. You guys are
going
going
30
30
seconds.
seconds in the past, and I am going to use it for investing. All right, what's the next question?
This one comes in.
I can also do investing in 30 seconds.
That's true. Live betting.
Yeah.
This one comes from a Patreon supporter. Would you rather drink a 32-ounce glass of milk through a Sour Punch straw?
Okay.
Doesn't seem that bad.
Sounds pretty good.
Or eat 2 Reese's cups filled with mayo
So
instead of peanut butter.
This
The
one's
first one
very
sounds.
easy.
The first one sounds great.
how many ounces are in a gallon?
64.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
64.
good.
16
I
is the
think a
what?
gallon's like 120 something.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
this is a cakewalk
No,
then.
I'm going. Well, we need to find this out.
Yeah, how many ounces?
128,
are in-
you're right.
Oh,
128.
Yeah.
Dude, this is just
a quarter of a gallon of milk through a. I might do this tonight.
Yeah, this sounds like a
This
good
sounds
time.
like tonight's activity.
Trying to figure out what they're saying. It's a sour punch straw, so you're creating sour milk, which is
Oh, for
disgusting.
a second, for a moment.
Yeah. The beginning of a Sour Punch straw is sour, and that's part.
Right.
And then it's like super sweet and delicious. That's the allure. That's fine. I'm gonna get a freezing cold glass.
Let
of
me
milk.
fix this. The milk is
Expired.
5 days expired.
I don't even
Regular straw, 5 days expired, or the Reese's.
Don't
cup.
go expired. Just make it a
Sour milk?
What's the human limit of? Because like there's the
A gallon.
You
the
can't.
gallon.
A gallon, you can
can't.
die.
You can't. You'll barf.
Yeah, you'll barf.
You'll
You don't
barf.
die
You can die. Yes, you can.
from drinking 1 gallon. Of,
Yes, you can.
I think
You're
you-
like, if you don't barf, you
no,
die.
you can
just-
still barf,
you can-
and then you can end up having.
You die from
break-
barfing.
You break stuff down there. So what's the what can you drink
down where?
in your stomach in your intestines?
Um.
What
Yeah, people
what's-
have passed
like what's
away.
then what's what you can actually drink where barfing is probably it's probably going to happen, but it might not. It should, but it's going to be real painful. So is that 64?
64 would be a lot of milk, but it also sounds pretty decent.
Ooh.
I think you're fine.
Artificial intelligence says you can't die.
No,
from
there have
drinking
been
it.
people that have died from it.
Was
that- is
it-
that
were
one
they
of
in
those
a car
old wives'
crash
tale?
while they were drinking milk?
In 2012, doctors described how a 54-year-old man found himself in the hospital unit after chugging an excess of cow's milk over a couple of days. All right, this
All
is
right,
not
yeah.
a good example.
No. Yeah.
I can handle a gallon of milk in a couple days.
I could
That
do
seems
that.
pretty
yeah.
easy.
Over a couple days. Cereal.
Probably a day.
You know, AI's not
I
always
could-
right.
I could take down a gallon in
I
a
read
day.
an article once.
Yeah.
The studies show.
No, I did. I swear it.
We've all read lots of things and
Let's
told
see
each
what
other
AI's
stories.
All right. The milk one sounds like the easy choice. Now, would you? Is there? I mean, mayo inside of a Reese's is disgusting.
Oh.
Mayo and chocolate.
It is
possible, probably
I guess.
not that
it's
bad.
possible.
It's genuinely probably not that bad. Mayo is like a base for so many things that you eat and you love and is delicious. Like I know people like my daughter just hates mayo. Mayo is the worst thing in the world. Can't stand it. But eats plenty of sauces that
Yeah.
are mayo based. You know, it's like you realize that's just mixing
Yeah.
mayo and relish. That's all.
What if
that's
I
all
put
the
some-
tartar sauce
I
is.
put some ketchup in that mayonnaise.
Right. Oh, now you got Thousand Island. It's like the so I do think chocolate and mayo, there's a chance. It sounds disgusting, but there's a chance you're like, you find something there. You know what I mean? You're like,
If you found out that mayonnaise Reese's cups are tasty,
yeah,
you're in big trouble.
because Big Reese is coming after you.
Well, because you're going to be eating.
Do you see they have?
You're going to be eating chocolate mayonnaise.
Do you see they have peanut butter and jelly Reese's coming out?
Uh,
Grape and strawberry.
You have my attention.
There's a layer at the bottom of the Reese's. You can look it up.
I am.
This one's real. You cannot eat a gallon of Reese's, all right,
Oh, I
without
can't.
dying of happiness. Peanut butter and jelly.
Dude,
Reese's.
I can't spell strawberry.
He perished.
Wait,
there we go. I
what
got
was
it.
the
I got
struggle
it.
with the strawberry?
I forgot that W in there.
Strawberry.
It looked super wrong.
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Okay, whether you could die or not, I want the milk in this one. It's easy.
That one is very easy. I'll take that's a small glass of milk.
All right. Did you look up the Reese's?
No, I
I'm
thought
looking
Jason
at it.
was on it.
I feel like you should have found it by
I
now.
should have.
If it were real, you would have found it by
No,
now.
it is real.
I see
All
it.
right, I'm on it.
It looks awesome.
Yeah,
With-
grape and strawberry. Two options.
Peanut butter and jelly. I haven't been eating a ton of sugar, but I'm getting this immediately.
Okay. Well, 'cause,
immediately.
there you go. Nerd 750 from Patreon. Would you rather have your neck fixed in place without the ability to rotate
Like
side to
Batman.
side? Oh, can he not rotate?
The OG Batman movies.
Oh, he couldn't move them. Huh?
No, every time he looks at something, it's a full shoulder turn.
Or rotate. You could not rotate it side to side with your eyes fixed in place. Wait, sorry. I lost myself.
This is getting
I
so
lost myself.
complicated.
So wait, these aren't out to purchase yet, or what?
Jason's
still-
busy searching for that, and that's what distracted
They're
me.
dropping in 2025. We don't need like
How long
year-long
does it take to put
heads up.
jelly in there?
Squirt some jelly in there. Get it in my mouth.
You can do this yourself.
Not like they can. I want it.
I can see him with
covered.
a syringe. He's gonna have a
You don't have
syringe.
to you just dip
No, I want it inside the because I like
in the cup.
the cup being in the fridge. I like the cold cups.
Oh, then they're too crispy.
The reason
No,
I
I
messed
like the crispy
it up
the
is because I
crispy
thought Mike
chocolate.
found out that I was lying, which is not a lie.
I thought so, but no, it's looking good.
Let me start over. Nerd 750. Would you rather have your neck fixed in place without the ability to rotate side to side,
Okay, the Batman.
or
Yep.
your eyes fixed in place without the ability to look side to side? So your eyes can't move. Okay, so your eyes are stuck here, and you can move your head,
Okay, I get it.
or your neck can't move, and you can move your eyes. What a
So-
dumb question.
Who wrote this in?
What a stupid question.
So essentially, while I'm sitting here, I can look towards you, Andy, or towards Mike, but I can't without moving my head. Okay, I'm trying this on for size. I can't see much. Like if I try to see you, Andy, or you, Mike, without moving my head, both suck. Like I'm seeing nobody. Now, if I've got to turn my whole body to you,
Yeah.
granted, I'm in a swivel chair. It's pretty easy. In a swivel chair, I'm definitely taking the no
neck.
moving the neck. I think that's probably better.
I've ran the options, and you're right. This question's dumb.
I've had the occasional. I wake up like when we go on the road. I'll sleep on the wrong pillow, and I've had it where like
The old
basically,
sleep injury.
yeah, I basically can't move my neck. Like I had to do
Yeah.
a live show once where I was like,
Yeah, I think
that was doable,
anybody our age has.
but
had
not
a-
moving my eyes seems like a major problem. Because
Yeah.
if they're just fixed forward and I'm using a computer, I've got to move my neck every time I look up. I don't know. Maybe that's not a big deal.
Yeah,
The big deal here
I
is
just don't care.
driving, because I know that I'm teaching my oldest to drive,
Which only one of them though, right?
both of them actually,
Oh.
and one of the things you always need to look over your shoulder to make sure you're looking at oncoming
Yeah.
traffic, or when you're blinkering, when you're changing lanes. But I always tell them like your head's got to be on a swivel. You can't turn your shoulders, or you will turn the car. You really can't. Your hands are on the steering wheel. So if you've got to turn your shoulders all the way, you can't really do that.
And cars now though, it's cameras. I mean, they got cameras for everything.
That's true. That's good. You're right. I don't look anymore at all.
Well, look, I mean, I'll be honest. I still turn when I look. Like when you back out, are you turning every time?
Yeah. Yes, every time.
Even when you have the camera for the backup camera?
I have the camera on the back. I've got a camera on the side, and I use my eyes, and I look and I see. Because here's the thing.
I use
would
my
do-
eyes too on the
when
camera.
I say that I
Yeah.
do every time, I do almost every time. And every now and then when I don't, and I back out looking at the camera,
you freaked out.
someone is driving, like I'm pulling straight back on a parking lot, and then a car that was coming that I couldn't
If
see
I'm
on the
at
camera.
home, I won't do that.
Sure, if you're
Yeah,
at
that's
home and
all
you
I
know
need.
nobody's there or whatever. This is a dumb question.
Yeah, dumb question. I think
but
is what we're deciding here.
I'm gonna take the
I'm gonna take the car cameras.
car cameras too, Mike.
Nice.
All right, we'll take a break and come back with what's the difference.
We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. You could ditch the busy work. Instead of scheduling and screening and messaging, you can connect with candidates faster. One of the things that I love about Indeed that was really important to me as a business owner, I used to hire all the time for my old business. I had to go from place to place to place. It was so hard. Now you can leverage over 140 million qualifications and preferences every day using their matching engine, constantly learning from your preferences. So the more you use Indeed, the better it gets, all in one place. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ballers. Just go to Indeed.com/ballers right now and support our show by saying you heard about it on this podcast. Indeed.com/ballers. Terms and conditions apply. You need to hire? You need Indeed.
What's the difference between me and you?
Well, sometimes we handle dumb questions. We do stuff like that. We keep you entertained. You know, we're your little dancing clams. Sometimes you get into serious stuff, and we want to distinguish between A, B, and C. And again, what's the difference is when we do that. We scientifically ascertain the difference between things so you can move forward in your life with clarity and understanding, which is why I want to know the difference between a poop, a dump, and a turd.
That's size.
This is
look, sometimes
you came to the right.
You came to the right.
A
It's
dump
size.
is the biggest, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
a dump's a big.
Yes.
You don't go and take a small dump.
I feel like a poop.
That makes no sense.
I feel like a poop and a turd.
A turd is a singular.
Yeah, a turd's a little tiny nugget.
Well, no, it's one no matter what.
Yeah, but it's small. If you have a massive turd, that's a dump. I promise. You take that one where it's hanging outside of the water, and you go, oh, that's a dump.
I object. I've never taken a single turd or released a single turd and called it a dump.
Yeah, because you know what a turd is. If you have a turd, you would never call that a dump. It's not big enough.
Let me ask you a question. You know the little plastic
So gross.
pieces of poop that people will set around as a gag?
Right.
Oh,
What is that?
That's a poop.
That's a poop?
That's a poop.
Yeah.
That's not a turd?
Well, it
And
can
what
be.
if you left a turd on someone's car? Is it just be a little piece?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Well,
so.
are you talking about?
Are you talking about
the-
you're thinking
Are you talking about the one that looks like it's the swirly
the
dog?
emoji? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a poop.
Yeah, that's a poop, not a turd.
If
I was
it were
thinking of the
just
one
If it looked like it's just like,
like a
worm.
candy bar.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
candy
turd?
Bar. Yeah.
A turd. Yeah, I would say
And
that's
what
a
would
turd.
be if you left a dump on someone's car?
Oh, it's everywhere.
Man, dude, it's a problem.
Get out the fire hose.
It's
Does
more.
it have to have a consistency to be a
It
dump?
can be
No.
any
Yeah,
consistency.
A dump can be anything.
You can
Yeah.
spray that stuff. You can lay that stuff, whichever one you want. This
You can
is
spray, you can lay.
You can spray or lay. You could do both. You can lay and then spray on it. I mean, a dump is just
But you can't spray a turd.
you cannot
no.
spray a
And you
turd.
can't spray a poop.
No, the only no, I don't think you can spray a poop.
not a.
What happens when – let me ask you this because this is very important. You just got done with a huge dump.
Yeah.
You leave the room. You come back in. You realize you got a little more, and it's a squirt. What is that?
As a squirt, you just said it.
Oh, it's not a
There
big-
are
it's
mu-
not-
there
yeah,
are
yeah.
many more descriptive terms here for
We're just trying to do
for
these
the
three.
BM.
I
Yeah.
got you.
for your squirts, your sharts, your
Double-deckers.
Your Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, there's so many great ways to defecate, but if we're talking about
The
poop, dump,
Deucer
and
crew
turd,
is losing control.
I mean,
right now.
Deucer's Alley. Deucer's Alley is
That's 'cause-
aptly named right now.
That's because poop is funny. It's
Poop
funny
is funny. Yeah.
because it comes out of you.
It smells so bad.
Yeah.
Everyone poops, and that just means average. When you go to the bathroom and it's just what you're used to.
Somehow,
That's a poop.
this doesn't make sense, but somehow I think of a turd as being out of water and a poop of being in water.
No, turd can be in. It can float.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
It could
saying?
be a floater or a sinker.
Yeah. Sink
Which
or
are
swim.
other two
Sinker, swim.
categories, right? Like a floater.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember.
That's a subcategory.
I remember clearly.
The
as a-
ghost poop, that's one of my favorite
yeah.
and hardest to
What?
achieve.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know that.
yeah.
Tell me you've experienced the ghost poop. You haven't
is that a
experienced the
poop
ghost
that
poop?
you look down and there's nothing there?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. You
You
poop.
thought you pooped?
No, you did poop.
You know for sure you
I
did.
promise you poop.
But you-
it's
but there's
'cause
no
it's-
evidence.
It slipped down.
I
there.
think it goes all the way. It's like I'm flushing myself here. I got you.
Because
then
you sent it into the water at the right trajectory.
the right trajectory, speed. It dove, and there was no splash in that water. It's like an Olympic diver. And it just goes swoop right down the tube. And then you wipe and you look, because you're always going to look. You wipe and you look and you go, I did it. I had the ghost poop.
Well, that's. I mean, yeah, now you're getting into like ultimate no wipers and things like that. That's
Oh, dude, the no wipers are amazing. Ultimate no wipers, Mike. I'm glad you
That's
brought
always
it up.
that you do wipe, but it's a surprise because there's nothing on it.
There's nothing on it. It's clean
that's
as
oh,
could be.
that's like
a no wiper.
That's like a once or twice in your life.
The ultimate is when someone's just like, you bet on the no wipe, and you're just like, I'm good.
Oh, you pull the
No, I'm not saying I do it. I'm
that's
just saying
too far, man. Because I've had
that's disgusting.
it's disgusting. I've had the 100. You always go. That one felt like a clean one.
Yeah.
But most of the time it's not. But every now and
What
then
if you
it's
had-
super nice. You go, I was way wrong. I thought this was a clean one. This is
How many
instead the
clean
marker.
ones in a row? Oh, the marker's
The marker,
The marker
as Chris
is-
Pratt named. When you just you
keep
could
wiping.
You wipe
use
and
a
you wipe and you
whole
wipe and you
roll.
wipe and you wipe and you
It's
wipe.
like 20 flushes later. I'm like, dude, this I have to have it all. There's no way. I don't want to shower
The
right
worst
now.
is if you have the marker. And you go through a bunch of wipes, and then you go, oh, I do have to go a little more. And you reset the.
I
you
feel like at
reset
that
it.
point you have to be helping because
it's
I
a
think
refill.
yeah.
How many clean no wipers would you have to have in a row before you take the chance and just pull the pants off?
At least 3, but that's
Okay.
impossible.
Okay, listen. I remember very clearly the floater was the most popular in the house when we were kids because it was like that was the one you try to flush and it'd still be there at the end.
Oh yeah.
They
yeah.
don't go down.
That's
Like
just
a-
a
like a
bad
buoy?
toilet. Because that means not all the water's flushing.
No.
If all the water flushes completely, I promise. It
No.
goes.
Okay,
It's
I get what you're
no,
saying, but a
it's
lot
not-
of
it's
them.
catching the new clean water.
Yeah,
And
it's a moment. There's a moment when the
It's just
floater.
it's the power. It's not the
Yeah.
amount of water.
Did
It's
we
the power
settle
of the
this?
I
flush.
think we settled it. Next
Yeah.
time we'll talk about a floater, a ghost, and a bridge.
a bridge. Oh no,
we can't get into that.
yeah,
right now.
we've done the bridge is a whole nother
The
thing.
bridge is to
It's
be
an engineering
feared.
marvel.
What is the difference between a friend, a buddy, and a chum?
I'm pretty sure chums are English. Am I wrong there?
It's English or
He's
it's
a good chum.
It's the stuff you put in the water to get the shark.
Yeah,
Right. But that's just
it's so close to a
it's-
chump, which is a different thing.
But so can you combine those? Like it's a friend, but if I needed to get a shark here,
right.
No.
I can throw him in the water.
The English one goes first.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
save yourself.
Maybe. I mean, a friend.
What do you
a
like
bud-
English people?
I just, I don't know if the sharks.
I
like,
love governor.
I don't know if the sharks like them. Maybe they're not. A friend, a buddy. Let's start there. Like,
Okay.
A buddy is not as close as a friend, right?
Correct.
A buddy is somebody that you.
They can become a
I
friend.
saw my buddy at the ball game.
I feel like a buddy.
I ran into my chum.
for some reason.
What
I
in
think-
the world?
So I am confused. I would like a little clarity on buddy because I feel like there is a little bit of seepage here from Dadville where I feel like a buddy has to be younger, like younger than you.
Yeah.
But I don't
get
know if that's
that.
just my fathering instinct being like, my kid
No,
is
I
my
don't think so.
bud. But like
I think you can have a buddy.
you can
It's
have an older
a
buddy.
a bud,
That feels weird.
an older buddy. Yeah, if they're within a year.
So, well, sure. I'm saying like, we're middle aged, so let's give a 5-year difference.
All
here in-
friends are buddies, by the way.
all
But not all
friends
buddies are friends.
I think I can agree with that.
And
Okay,
none of them are chums because I'm not from bloody old England.
Right. I mean, I don't have a chum. I don't have a chum. I certainly don't. I think about all my buddies, all my
You
friends.
never had a chum?
Not once in my life have I had a
Does
chum.
this have to do with drinking tea? Can you not have a chum if you haven't had somebody over for tea, and that's why they have a bunch of chums over there?
I don't even think tea is enough because you could have tea if you're not
And
adding
crumpets?
Yeah, you got to have the crumpets and tea because that's really
those
the
are
English.
chumpets.
Crumpet? Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah, not man.
Not-
I'm
not
sorry,
Not
guys.
today.
We were on heater.
Yeah,
and
we
then
were.
It's really
You know,
bad.
close the show.
Yeah. Are we ready for the draft or what?
What makes somebody your buddy, though? How do you cross the line between acquaintance to buddy, but not to friend? How do you thread the needle there?
It's
Is it someone you see twice? Is it a
No,
two-time?
a buddy is you will seek out to do something with them. Like
So pickleball buddies. I do go down there. They're
Yeah.
not my friends, but I see them down there at the pickleball court, so they're my buddies.
Now hold on. Is it a friend that you have just one particular
interest?
Yeah, you're like, oh, here's my pickleball buddy. No, this is.
I don't think so.
No,
because I can see myself going to a party and say, oh, that's one of my buddies from work.
I think a buddy is someone you like.
but all
But
you
you
do
don't-
is work with them.
You
True.
You like a buddy. You never like, oh, this is my buddy, and I don't like him. You like a buddy. You just don't do enough with them.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's one thing.
Huh.
Yeah, whether it's
I'm going with that.
I mean, you could say it's only one thing. It's like my pickleball buddy, but it could be like it would be a friend, but I don't see him that much. Like we hang out, but
My friend from
once
work,
a
my
month.
buddy from work. I'm closer to the friend,
Yeah,
right?
you're closer
Yeah.
to the friend. The friend
The
is
friend
the
from work
closest.
means you're at work, but you're also willing to go to lunch with them.
All right, now listen, this one has nothing to do with the first question, but what's the difference between a nook, a cranny, and a crevice?
Oh, it does. A nook, a cranny, and a crevice. Wow.
Now, we know nooks and crannies are both part of an English muffin.
Well, right. But that's.
So which part is which?
Well, that's really what we're answering.
I feel like the nook would be the pivot, the divot.
Oh, like if like a little meteor hit the English muffin and created that little circle hole, that's a nook?
Yeah, I think that's the nook. But then what's the cranny on an English muffin? Is the cranny the part that sticks up?
Yeah. Well, no. I always thought a cranny was like a thin crevice.
What?
Which is
what's
also
a crevice?
Which is also a
Well,
crevice.
crevice is it's got to be vertical.
Really?
Yeah.
A crevice is
It-
usually vertical. That's
yeah,
right.
It cannot be a horizontal.
If it's horizontal,
gap.
is it a crevasse?
Wait, what do you mean horizontal and vertical?
A
Like-
crevice. You see.
like if there's two objects and you're gonna squeeze between them,
Oh.
it's vertical. It's not you're not laying down and horizontally going through it. Has to be
Oh,
upright.
and which one is that? A crevice?
That's a
that's a
crevice.
crevice, and a crevice is two separate things that
so
are
you're
not connected.
sneaking through sideways like this.
Yes.
And if you lay down,
And they're not connected. Crevice is not connected. These are two things close to each other, creating a crevice. A nook is part of one object.
here's I don't know if this helps, but I know that people sometimes in their house they make a reading nook.
That does not help. That
no,
hurts.
because it's just like a little
It's
indentation.
a little corner or
Well,
something.
there's a breakfast nook.
a breakfast nook, a
Yeah.
reading nook.
Okay, so it's so
It's tucked away.
It is like the little hole or the little,
It's a little
divot
Yes.
in whatever. So that one
We
can't-
just don't know what a cranny is.
No.
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 Yeah.
What could it be?
I'm confusing it with granny so much.
Yeah.
I can't escape.
They're different words.
Is it the difference between the vertical?
Maybe is that the horizontal one?
Like if it's on the ground, is it a cranny? I don't see many crannies.
Just in the English muffins. I don't know another cranny out there. Can we get how many crannies are there in the world?
Well, if you count the muffins, there's unlimited.
Yeah, because they keep making more all the time.
I think we're stumped here.
When I image search cranny, they don't
A
exist.
small crack or crevice?
Right now go to images, and you won't find an image of whatever
I
a
want to
cranny
search
is.
for a cranny, to be honest with you.
I promise you it's safe because all you're going to get is pictures of a building that says nooks and cranny. I mean, there is no. Oh, I found one. I found a cranny, and it's literally just a crack in the ground. I mean, it's so
okay,
it is.
all right.
It's got to be small, though.
It
right?
is
So it's
so
just,
small.
It's just but it's a crack.
It's a crack.
So you can't fit through it.
No.
A crevasse,
Oh,
you
okay.
can go through.
You can go right through a crevasse.
Well, you might have to squeeze.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
oh,
sure.
yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's a hallway.
Yeah.
That's right, and that's not what we're talking about.
No.
But a cranny is a teeny little crack you walk
Teeny
on.
little
All right.
crack.
Wait,
But
you know
not
when,
a divot.
You know when you see the
No.
picture of the
closer
desert
to
and
a
it's
nook.
so arid and there's all those cracks in the ground? You have to-
Crannies.
Crannies.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We did it.
One more, Al, or are we moving on?
Let's do one more.
Okay. Great. What is the difference between a path, a trail, and a walkway?
Well, a trail's outdoor,
And
it's like rocks or dirt.
a trail has been established before you get there. A trail has been trailblazed.
Well, all three of those, though, have been.
Well, but there's no
I feel like a path is more formal than a trail.
100%.
Yeah.
It's
but
maybe paved.
That's the point. That's the point, Andrew. A trail is in nature.
And a walkway has nothing to do with nature at all.
Nothing to do with nature. In fact, oftentimes it's electrified. It's a moving automated walkway. This shouldn't belong in this question.
Yeah, I'm with you.
We're sitting here talking about nature, and they're like, "What about a walkway? Get out of here!"
Why can't we get those in other places? Why is the airport the only place that? Why is there a stranglehold, a monopoly on the moving walkway?
Why at
Put that in-
stadiums are there
Yes!
not moving
Those
walkways?
things are
Did
gigantic.
the airports invent them and they have a patent?
They might have the patent. I'm on it.
That was a joke. All right. A path, though. Listen, I've been on trails that have part of the trail paved, and it feels like you're cheating.
That is cheating.
But we could easily pave a whole trail,
Yes. Well, I mean,
and it's so much easier to walk on.
I think if it's paved, it's not a trail. I really believe that. I think when you're on a trail and you get to a little paved portion, you have just exited the trail until that paved portion
And you're
is
on a
over.
path now?
I am in
You're on a
full
path.
agreement here.
A trail is like there's bushes on the left and on the right and whatever, but there's dirt from people before you clearing the way.
I also say this: a trail cannot be infinitely wide.
No way. There is a
walkway can be pretty wide. You can have a walkway between
There's
a building,
trail like
between two buildings, and it's super wide.
Yeah.
Trail's like 2 people wide.
2 people walk. You can't pass someone going the other direction without,
Turning like you were entering some sort of
or at least forcibly having
crevice.
to recognize them. You know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm passing someone. It's not like, oh, I didn't even see that person on the trail. Then you're not on a trail.
Figured it out.
That was easy.
Got it taken care of. Taking a break.
No, airports do not have a patent on the moving walkways, by the way.
Thank
Then
you.
why can't
Thank
they
you.
be other places?
I
Maybe
don't
we
know.
lost the blueprints. We don't know how to make them anymore. All right, taking a break, hitting the draft. What's going on, Spitwads? Do you want to celebrate with and stay connected with the people in your life who are living far away? Maybe you miss somebody for the holiday season, but you want them to be a part of your festivities from afar, all those loved ones that live far away. Let me tell you about the amazing product, the Skylight Frame. So easy to use. You set it up in less than 60 seconds. You add photos straight from your phone from anywhere. It is the perfect gift. The frame is a digital touchscreen photo frame. Your whole family's going to love it, and you can upload thousands of photos with your phone and watch them appear in seconds. So like I said, you can just drop your photos right on there. The touchscreen's a game changer. You can swipe through photos. You can see the new photos that were sent. You can tap the heart button to say thank you. So if you've got those family members living someplace else, they can see what's going on in your life. It looks beautiful in your home. They have different sizes to choose from. It's a perfect gift, and it's a perfect way to keep your family connected, and satisfaction is guaranteed. They offer free 120-day returns if you don't like it. And now, as a special limited-time offer for our listeners, get $20 off your purchase of a Skylight Frame when you go to skylightframe.com/ballers. That's SKYLIGHTFRAME.com/ballers. Get $20 off your purchase now at skylightframe.com/ballers. By the way, before I hit this button, Al makes a good point. If Disneyland or theme parks had moving walkways that went between rides,
Well, I've thought this, and my children have talked about this in the line.
oh,
to
just
the
make the
ride.
line that way.
Make the line chairs. Just move them. Just slowly move them.
I don't know.
Just relax. Benches or whatever.
What, do they dump you out on the end?
You can stand up. It's
Yeah,
all
but
right.
It would be like an escalator where once it gets to the end, that chair just goes back into the.
But imagine.
And so it's like
And
it's like
cycles.
at a grocery store when you put your food down on the little
Uh-huh,
food walk.
yes.
And so it senses when there's another person up there
Exactly.
and just moves
yeah,
you
it's just
forward.
moving you one person
Not
at a
hard.
time.
That doesn't sound that bad.
No, it's pretty great.
Okay.
The Spitballers Draft.
Well, today we are drafting the best characters ever played by Tom Hanks, who has been in so many movies, shows, whatever. Tom Hanks, best characters. Jason, you have the very first pick. And a lot to choose from.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from. I feel like there's a one-on-one, at least for our generation.
I think there's 2.
I agree that there are 2.
I think there's 3.
Well, that's good because you have the third pick.
Yeah.
But Forrest Gump is iconic. The entire movie is Tom Hanks. He is.
Are you just listing things, or is that your pick?
Yeah,
No, that's my
we
pick.
want to know if that's your
Yes,
pick.
Forrest Gump is what I believe is the 101. You know, did he win? He had to have won the Oscar for that, right? I'm going to say he did. So, Forrest Gump, award-winning character, Academy Award, and so it was the
Possibly, yeah.
no, I declared it.
No,
But yeah,
it
Forrest
is correct.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best
So you-
actor and best picture.
Well, then I'm going to go with Woody.
Yeah, those are the 2.
Okay.
Those
I'm
are
going to
the
go
2.
with Woody from
Okay.
Toy Story, spanning more than just one
You
measly movie.
You certainly get more movies.
So I'll go with Woody. I thought you'd take Woody, and I'd end up with Forrest Gump, but those were the top 2 to me.
Man, there's what the Toy Story franchise has become it's wild.
Are you happy that
Yeah,
they made
is that
that
a
many?
good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's good. I mean, what they're working on 5
Well,
apparently.
there are
They
those.
are?
There
Yeah.
are those that believe that they should have stopped
I-
after 3. I think
Yeah, I think
because of the finish.
The end of 3 was perfection, but 4 was still good. It wasn't amazing, but it was still, I enjoyed it.
It took away from the dominance of the 3, though.
That's how it does affect the legacy.
Yeah, but I'm not.
That's like the whole Star Wars thing.
But
You
if
can't
you-
just keep coming.
exactly.
You can't
Eventually,
keep coming out with them.
You keep printing the same thing over and over and over, and eventually it grows tiresome. You dig too far into the mountain.
Yeah, but
you let the
but
the
you can
ball
go
rock
back to
out.
Toy Story 3 and watch it, and you're like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, look,
But
the
I don't
first-
want to because the 4th ruined it.
difference of
Okay.
opinion, but
All right.
the
so,
point is, I have Woody.
yeah, it's a very good pick. I'm going with 2 here. So, my first pick here is, hopefully you guys know the picture because I'm going to go with the name. Do you know the name Carl Hanratty?
Oh, you darn
Yeah,
right I
baby.
do. Dude,
That's
knock.
who's there?
That's Catch Me
Yeah.
If You Can, right?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
Carl Hanratty was – there's no way that wouldn't have been my next pick. In fact, I will go so far as to say that would have been my second pick over Woody.
I told you there was 3.
All right, you win this round. But there's-
He was
but there's
much.
really
That one's much lower on my list.
Oh man, Catch Me If You Can is a perfect movie, and Tom Hanks is so good and so very funny in that movie. And
knock.
yeah, see,
Oh, it's
fun,
so
it's fun
good.
to say. And now I don't even know how to play the game for the draft here, so I'll just take the one I want to take. I feel like this movie has been sort of lost in the shuffle, just lost to time. But I watched it, not like last month or any, but somewhat recently, and was reminded how good it is. And in this movie, his name is Michael Sullivan. And he is the character from Road to Perdition.
Okay, listen. I want to talk about that movie.
Yes,
I want to talk about that
Yes!
movie.
Oh, man, they're impassionate.
dude, it's great.
Never seen it.
Road to
Oh
Perdition.
my gosh,
Okay, listen.
Jason, you are so lucky.
Talk to me.
It's Paul Newman.
Yes,
That's.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, yes, you do.
you don't
You,
know
you
Paul
absolutely
Newman,
know who Paul
I'm
Newman.
looking him up.
So it's Paul
and
Newman
not just for the dressings.
and Tom Hanks.
Oh, yeah, the dressing guy.
I remember when that movie came out, and I thought people would forget it.
It's the mobster movie.
I have no idea who
I
Paul Newman is,
genuinely
other than the
thought this
dressing.
movie would be forgotten in this draft. That is an amazing pick, and that movie is very, very good. Very, very good.
I am so envious, Jason, that you can go home tonight and watch Road to Perdition for the first time. No, do you know anything
I don't
about
know
it?
anything about it.
Then I will not. I'm not going to tell you anything
I
about it.
can't imagine I'm going to do it, Mike. I don't think I'm going to watch it.
I promise you will love this
Oh,
movie.
hey, you know what? Time out.
Oh yeah, we do.
Hold up.
We
Wait
have
a
an
minute.
update.
We have an update. Where's our breaking news? Give us the breaking news here.
It does. Those buttons.
Oh,
don't
those
work
aren't
here.
set up here. Oh, that's quite a shame. 'Cause,
Do.
so last
We
time
follow through.
Last time on the Spitballers podcast, I had a very deep desire to know my blood type, and it was impossible. This breaking news. This just in. The Spitballers crew all tested their blood and all know our blood type.
Now, not without
Oh.
some apprehension.
Well, there was blood everywhere.
That is not a joke.
First
There
of all,
was blood everywhere.
you have to do a little finger prick, which is the whole reason I tried to find a way out of this.
And you really tried to find a way out of it after
He
all
was
of us
so-
were doing it.
You felt the peer pressure because all of our blood was spilling.
It was
Yeah.
a group effort.
Jeremy's blood was everywhere.
It was.
He couldn't
Jeremy's-
stop bleeding.
Jeremy just bled all over the table. This is a finger prick.
Yeah.
I don't know what,
Oh.
how hard you
He's
held.
got more blood than average.
No, because this was not just. I mean, I couldn't tell you at the time, but
Dude, I still have the mark.
Like I still have my mark too.
Those
of-
lancets are like little swords.
They're so intense. Of I did a keto diet for like 2 years, so I'm testing my blood frequently. This thing was not just a tiny,
No.
tiny finger prick. This thing, I thought
No.
it hit me in the fingernail.
It makes-
I thought it went through my finger.
It makes my butt clench right now talking
Jason
about
went to another room, turned the light out,
it. Yeah,
and did it there.
I had to. I kept
and then
trying.
came back with blood
Just
all,
bleeding.
all over his
my
hand.
hand just covered in
He's
blood.
like it's a murder scene.
I mean, I
and
don't
he's
know.
trying to collect it as it drips off.
Anyways,
But you know your blood type.
I'm O positive. So
There you
there you
go.
go. And you two, congratulations on
Yeah.
your great grades.
We're
Both
A
of you,
plus.
You are A plus.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. We have I think Mike and I were the only
We were.
A positives in the office.
It was a wild time, but we got it figured out. And now, Jason, you need to figure out how to rent Road to Perdition. I am telling you, man.
It's a good movie.
I am telling you, you are gonna like this movie.
All right, you're gonna have to remind me because I can't do it tonight, and I will not remember tomorrow.
All right, I'll follow up Woody with what I would say is like on the Forrest Gump level of iconic performances by Tom Hanks, where he owns the screen the majority of the movie, and it's just too iconic of a time in history for him to be in that movie. I'm taking Chuck Nolan and Castaway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm taking Chuck Nolan and the movie was Tom Hanks on the screen. The
It
whole
was,
movie.
yes,
And
yes.
I'm not saying the movie was the best movie that's ever been made, but it was a good movie. It should be seen one time. I don't care if you take Helen Hunt out of it. But the movie was good.
Why you gotta do that to Helen
I just
Hunt?
don't like I don't care for her.
What is, you don't like Mad About You?
It's like
She's pretty annoying.
I liked Helen Hunt.
it's like Mary Steenburgen in the third Back to the Future.
Oh,
Could have done
my
without.
God.
Could have done without.
How dare you compare her to that?
That's a little
Mad
too
About
far.
You's all right, but
Mad About You was good.
she's made for TV.
What?
Is that not a movie star?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Jason, you are back up on the clock. Mike has Carl Hanratty from Catch Me If You Can and Michael Sullivan from Road to Perdition.
Hot start.
I've got Woody and Chuck Nolan from Castaway. Jason has Forrest Gump from Forrest Gump.
I do. I'm going to go with someone that he played that is an iconic person. Someone near and dear to all of our hearts because he created a land of wonder and magic.
Really?
I am taking his portrayal of Walt Disney.
Oh.
Tom Hanks and Saving
I had
Mr.
no
Banks.
idea where that was going.
Saving Mr. Banks. Walt Disney. It was neat to see him come to life. He's played a couple of real life people
Yeah.
that he has just done so well at. And I really want to take the next one just to stick it to Mr. Holloway,
Oh.
but I'm not going to.
Oh. What is happening?
Instead,
So you did take
I took Walt Disney.
okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to take Captain Miller from Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
Very classic movie. I'm getting a different styles here. We got real, we got war, we've got the
Saving.
well, I'm talking about my three different picks.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, how did Forrest Gump save?
So, all right. So many movies that he's been in. So many good potential picks here. I think the Saving Private Ryan pick would have been my next one. I'm going to go with Josh Baskin in Big. I'm going Tom Hanks in Big. That was one of the movies that I watched so many times as a kid. Special place in my heart. Special movie. Really cool movie.
I'm surprised you had the last name. When I was on IMDb, he's just listed as Josh.
Yep. Josh
Yeah,
Baskin.
I had to Google it. It was on my list, and sadly, as I deleted Josh Baskin off my list, good pick by the way. I realized there was someone I wanted so much more than Captain Miller.
Well, you
Darn
can see
it.
if he gets back.
I've already got my last pick planned, fellas. There's no way you're picking him, and there's no way I'm not.
Okay.
It's not me. It's up to you, Mike.
Mike, you have
I am very
you have
confused
two
by
picks.
this.
You have 2 picks.
All right. I don't remember how they say his last name in this because it's been so long since I've seen it, but it's Jimmy Dugan.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted.
What?
It's
how
Dugan.
How would you think that was not in play?
I-
It's a league of their own, by the way.
No. That's not my last pick. I said that's the one I wanted for my previous pick.
Okay.
Because my last pick is, you guys won't take it.
Is your last pick wacky?
Maybe.
Is it?
Don't you
Is
dare.
it its own thing?
Don't you dare! No! No!
Take
It's
it,
its
Mike.
own thing, man!
Take it, man.
I had already. Which producers? Can we get back to work? I messaged Jeremy 3 minutes ago, and I said, "Am I allowed to take
100%.
David S. Pumpkins, baby?"
Yes, it's a great.
It's one of the best big characters of all
It's
time.
one of the best characters of all time.
That's an
Any
It's
questions?
an SNL character with Tom Hanks. Here, when you clarified,
Oh, man.
when you clarified in our Slack channel that you wanted characters, not
Yeah.
movie characters, I 100% assumed that just meant you were taking
David S. Pumpkins.
David S.
yes.
Pumpkin.
And I was, and I did.
Oh, I thought for sure that would come
So
to
now you
me.
get neither one. He took both of
Great
yours.
picks, Mike. I mean,
Thank you.
fantastic work over there.
Well, that means that I have Woody, Chuck Nolan from Castaway, Josh Baskin from Big, and I will close it out with Jim Lovell from Apollo 13.
Yeah.
Ironically, just watched a full real documentary
Ooh, on Apollo 13?
Apollo 13. I highly recommend it, Mike.
What service is that?
I
on?
believe it's an Apple TV documentary.
I'm on it.
Actually, no, it's Netflix. It's a Netflix documentary.
Okay.
Actually, no, it's Hulu.
What? Look, just search for it. You'll find it. That story in real life,
Apollo 13 Survival.
I don't know if that's it.
That's 2024.
That's it.
Yeah, well, I'm in on this.
You got it. You got to watch it. It's so good.
Dude, I'm
And
watching
then-
that tonight.
Yeah, that is the one. It's all real footage, like a bunch of unseen footage from the real events. But look, Apollo 13, outstanding movie.
Yeah, and he's
Final pick.
fantastic.
How long does footage get to continue to say unseen
I don't
footage?
know
'Cause
why-
eventually, like, oh, everyone's seen this unseen footage.
Yeah, it's like when the Jordan documentary came out. They're like, we got tons of footage no one's ever seen. Like who? It's 25 years.
Well, I mean,
What do you mean you've never seen it?
because it's on like a home video or a home camcorder.
But it's just all. It is. When they say it, it gets me.
all right.
All right, guys. This
I'm out.
is an awesome pick. Not only is it such a great pick, now it was such a great pick the last time I made it. And because I made it,
Oh no,
Robert Langdon from the Da Vinci Code, welcome back to the squad.
How
We're going to
is-
be solving riddles and finding treasure
That movie
with that mullet.
and hair both suck.
If I swear, I promise you, if he did not have that haircut, the movie would have done great in the box office.
I
There's
watched the movie. It
the-
was awful.
The first time in the history of movies where the makeup artist ruined a film. Ruined it. That
Do you
mullet.
think he looked in the mirror and was like, seriously?
that's it.
This
That's
is the look?
Yeah.
Nobody
yeah.
took Mr. Rogers?
No, that was the one I wanted, but
It was a good
I've never
movie.
seen it,
It was a good
so
movie.
I don't know his. I'm sure he did
Oh.
great.
Paul Edgecombe in Green Mile.
That's the last one I would have taken if I couldn't go David Pumpkins was going to be Mr. White from That Thing You Do.
Yeah, that was on the list. There's a lot of great
It's
movies.
funny that he was Michael Sullivan in Road to Perdition because he was also
Captain
Sully,
Sullivan?
Captain Sully,
Yeah.
Oh, pro tip: don't watch that movie
before you
the
fly.
night before you have an airplane flight the next day,
Watch it on the flight.
or don't watch it on the plane either.
I am going to.
What you do? Hold on. You watch that movie when you take a boat ride, and then when you take a flight, you watch Richard Phillips and Captain Phillips when he was the boat captain.
I'm the
Where
captain now.
where do you watch Apollo 13 then?
Underground.
That makes sense. The math is checking out here.
All right.
I genuinely believe that a role I'm about to say, you guys probably didn't see the movie. It might not know the character, therefore, but I think it might be his best character he's ever done.
I hope it's just like he did Tom Hanks' cameo.
No, it was from the movie The Lady Killers. Professor G.H. Dorr. If you haven't seen this,
I've not seen the movie. I remember when it was coming out.
It
I don't think
was-
it was very popular.
it wasn't. It wasn't a huge hit.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, I remember the poster.
But his character in there is like nothing he ever
Oh, a
played
dark
before
comedy?
or after. It's a dark comedy.
Crime thriller?
Yeah, and he is.
Oh, it's a Coen movie.
Yeah, it's
How
a
have I-
the
how have I
Coen
never
brothers.
seen this?
Yeah, it's a Coen brothers. It's
I'll watch this. You watch Road to Perdition.
okay, but just be amazed at his character because he doesn't do anything like this in all the movies we just picked. In the undrafted list, he doesn't play caricatures, funny,
Right.
like absurd
It's
characters,
caricature.
and he is. He is in this, and he does it phenomenally.
If he looks like that and doesn't talk like Colonel Sanders, I'm gonna be bummed.
Oh, you'll love how he talks.
Okay, perfect.
All right, that'll do it for today's draft.
What did we learn today?
Oh man.
By the way, I was trying to learn the exact number of movies that Tom Hanks has been in, and no matter how many times I searched, it just kept saying over 100. I can't get an exact
his
number.
IMDb actor credits is at 101.
Oh, well, that's
Over
over
100.
I also learned that apparently the word importances is a real word.
Oh,
And I learned what a cranny is.
that's what I learned.
All right. That'll do it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for tuning in, supporting the show, leaving a review, telling your friends, all the good stuff. We'll be back with another episode very shortly and a spit hit on Thursday.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.